we doing, everyone, tonight? I just wanted to come out and say thank you so much. The whole idea started at Darlington Days this past summer. Everyone missed the Haunted Barn project that we used to do. So people would dress up, they'd light big bonfires to keep the spirits away through the cold, dark winter, and they'd do divination because the veil was thin, so if you wanted to talk to the spirits, you did it on Samhain. So it was more like a community fall festival idea.
All right, anybody else for the costume contest? Please come forward.
There you go. Best couple right here.
Oh, thank you.
Show of applause.
All right, everybody, we're going to bob for apples. If you go over by the blue tent over there, I know it's a little chilly, but let's see who can get an apple. If anybody wants to look silly, I guess, go try to bob for apples, and there's some prizes and things. This is for anybody, not just the kids.
All right, so we just got done with apple bobbing. There's still some apples if anybody wants to try it, but we're about to start Ghostface. It's really messy. It's really funny. So come on back if you want to see this.
And now, on behalf of the Social Voice Project, your host for the evening, Tony Lavorgne.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to be here with you tonight. We're going to tell some ghost stories. We're going to try to get them all in. Barbara, like most, grew up taking care of the family farm, performing mundane chores. She would go about tending to the livestock. It was the chickens and the pigs that she worked with the most. But at night, it was different for Barbara. She was a social creature. She was always well received by her Scottish neighbors. Barbara was said to possess a beautiful singing voice with musical talent. They searched for 5 hours. Something was terribly wrong. Regrettably, they would find Barbara Davidson's contorted, headless body stuffed underneath the crawl space of the family house. Her head was severed and missing, nowhere to be found. As the young man turns, he sees a woman sobbing. As he approaches, the sobbing turns into a grunting. The boy's eyes grow wide at the spectacle before him. It is the apparition of Barbara Davidson's form with the head of a pig. Could it be that Barbara Davison was attempting to name her killer from beyond the grave? The tale of the Pig Lady of Candleton. Now some feel that he survived by walking desolate roads. When he died, his soul continued to walk those roads, conducting in death what he could no longer do in life. Why is that different, a different legend than others? Because I'm about to tell you, this legend is true. It's real. There really was a green man, a man that they used to actually call Charlie No Face. And here we go. Here's his tale. Born in Beaver County 2 days before Halloween in 19... Now, it was a warm summer's day, folks, and I'll take you back to 1919. Now, this is where our story takes a tragic turn for young Ray. His young friends decide to dare young Ray to climb up the telephone pole and steal some eggs out of a nest up there at the top. But it wasn't a telephone pole. What it was the catenary overhead line for the trolley, which has about 12,000 volts.
Okay, we are OPIT, Ohio Paranormal Investigation Team. We're from East Liverpool, Ohio. We do home investigations, and we do a lot of, historic investigations. That's why we're here tonight, to talk about Gretchen's Lock. That's one thing that we've noticed in our investigations. When right before there is ghost activity, there is a big pickup in orb activity also. I believe that the spirits use the orbs as a form of travel. And then when they get to where they're going, they will mist out into the apparition. Sometimes we were lucky enough to actually get photos where you can tell that it's a spirit.
And like a fool, nothing can hurt me. I said, use my energy. Let me be your source to communicate. Well, about 5 minutes later, they used my energy, and it just about dropped me. I finally made it back to the car. I was sick. I wanted to vomit. My head was just exploding. It was bad.
Is there people here who have been to Gretchen's Lock? Anybody? I love that place. I gotta tell you, I love that place. Since I was a teenager, I heard about the ghost of Gretchen's Lock and the ghost of the mill. Our team has spent hundreds of hours out there. We'd go every weekend, and then we'd camp out there at least 4 or 5 times a year and spend the whole weekend. And I can tell you, as sure as I'm standing here, there is absolutely a ghost that is connected to that mill. So I told Helen, back up. I'm like, back up, I just saw something go in that window. And immediately realized the window's boarded up, so that shouldn't have happened. So as she's backing up, we're both looking at that window. And through that boarded up window, the woman stuck her head out and was staring up the road at the bridge. And we were just staring at her, staring up at the road. And I can't even honestly tell you how long, because it was so weird. It felt almost like a dream state. I was aware of everything around me, but none of that mattered. And we were just staring at her. And then suddenly she just turned her head and looked right at us. And I got to tell you, as a seasoned investigator, we'd been doing it 7 years, talking to that specific spirit. We got out of there.
I think it's an awesome job that we did within the short amount of time that we had to get it together, and I want you all to come back next year because it's going to be even better. Next year I'm going to try to get together, try to have some vendors, maybe more food, more crafts, things like that. But I'm going to try to make it more than one day, and it's going to just get better and better. I just wanted to thank everyone so much, and I want you to enjoy the movie.